Good morning, Team Impact. How are you? Good afternoon, whatever it is for you here. We're going to go ahead and get started with the video, and this is lesson seven, excuse me, I just dropped my pencil. Second lesson on inequalities. The first one was just a basic overview. We're going to get into it a little bit deeper, so let's get rocking and rolling here and see what we can get into, okay? Okay, so inequalities can be solved by following the same steps as equations, right? The variable must be alone or what? Or isolated on one side of the inequality. So if we have the inequality of n plus 7 is less than or equal to 12, and we have to solve for n, we have to do the inverse operation, okay? So we have to get the variable n over here and all of the numbers over there, all right? Isolate the variable by using the inverse, I-N-V-E-R-S-E, or opposite operation. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other side. Other side, right? Okay. So, with all that being said, the same rules are going to apply. We're going to need to show our work. We're going to need the balance beam. We're going to need the circle. We're going to need the graph, come up with it. So we got a lot of math here. Let's get started. N plus 5 is less than or equal to 16. So what I'm going to do is, first off, always balance beam, okay? The inverse of addition is subtraction, so we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. What's left here is n. N is less than or equal to 11. So I'm going to circle that answer. Now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and graph this. So here's 11, here's 10, here's 9. Since I have an equal to sign, I'm going to circle 11 and fill it in. And I'm going to draw the arrow this way because n is less than or equal to 9, right? Let's take a look at number 2. Okay. Number 2 reads C minus 9 is greater than 14. No problem. Same thing. Keep your balance beam. Do the inverse operation. C comes down. It's still greater than. 14 plus 9 is 23, and circle that. Okay. All I did was add 9 to both sides. I've isolated the C, and I've got 23. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start with 22, 23, 24. Okay? Doesn't matter what your interval is or where you stop, as long as it's consistently correct. Circle the number 23, but I'm going to leave it hollow because there's no equal to sign, and it's going to go that way. 12g is less than 48. Remember, 12 is a coefficient, g is the variable, and 48 would be the constant. But anyway, let's solve for g. The inverse of multiplication is division. When I draw a bar, that means to divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 12. This side will cancel. G is less than. 48 divided by 12 is 4. And you can use your calculator if you need to. That's fine. And what we're going to do is go ahead and graph it. You're kind of getting the idea of it, right? Circle the number 4. There is no equal to sign, so leave it hollow, and there we go. Okay. All right, we're going to do a couple more here, and then actually we'll finish this page out. I think we should. 49 is greater than or equal to 7g. Now, we've got to be careful, okay, because the variable's on the right, but still, I'm going to put all the numbers over here and the variables over there. I'm going to divide both sides by 7, and the 7's cancel, and g comes down. My sign was that. 49 divided by 7 is 7, and we circle. Now, we have to be careful because the variable is second. 7 is greater than or equal to g. I could rewrite this as this, if that would make more sense. This and this are congruent. They're equal. So g is less than or equal to 7. So if I go to 7, I go to 6, I go to 5, and I circle 7, I have an equal to sign and I fill it in. G is less than. So anything less than and equal to 7 works for that solution. Yep. 49, if I had 6 there, 7 times 6 is 42. 49 is greater than 42, so it does work. 7 works because 49 is equal to 49. And we go from there. What number divided by 3 is greater than 9? So what we're going to do is do the inverse. This side cancels, P comes down, and I'll let you get caught up. P is greater than, well, 9 times 3 is 27, and we circle that answer. Okay, P is greater than 27. So 26, 27, 28, we circle the 27. I leave it empty, and we go that way. Right? Okay, so hopefully you're feeling pretty good. We're going to finish this page up here and then take a look at the next one. 33 is greater than or equal to x plus 19. Balance beam. The inverse of addition is subtraction. What I do to one side, I do to the other. X and the sign come down. And then if I just subtract, 13 minus 9 is 4, 14, and there is our solution. So again, when the variable's second, a lot of times I like to write it like this. It's a little easier for me to understand. Putting the variable first, x is less than or equal to 14, 14, 13, 12. X is less than. So I circle the 14, I fill it in, and I'm going that way. It's less than or equal to. So 14 and any number less than 14 will make that inequality correct. Okay. All right, let's flip it over. Okay. And I'm going to do a few of these with you, and we'll crank them out here. Okay. So again, you're going to do the work here. All right. Excuse me. You're going to put your answer here and do the work over there. So to me, 7x is greater than 35. Let's divide by 7. X is what? Greater than or equal to 5. And when we write our solution, we want to make sure that we put the x and the inequality correct. Okay? And that's number 2. And I'm going to do this. Number 3. X plus 6.8 is less than 11.2. Balance beam. Okay? So I'm going to subtract 6.8, subtract 6.8, get 0 here, x is less than. And when I subtract, I'm going to have to borrow. Okay, we really don't need a calculator for this. This is 4. I hope you don't. 10 minus 6 is 4. Decimal comes down. So x is less than 4 4/10. And do that. X is less than 4.4. Okay. Number 4. X minus 5 is greater than 16.7. Balance beam, add 5, add 5. X is greater than 21.7. Let's bring this down like so. And let's write our answer in where it says solution 21 point. Oops. Let me erase that. That's not very good. Okay. 21.7. Okay. Hopefully you're feeling pretty good here. All right. Let's do a couple more. Then I'm going to have you do some on your own. Number 5. X plus 14 is less than or equal to 16. We balance beam. We subtract 14, subtract 14. X is less than or equal to 2. Circle it. And again, I like to box my work off so I know where it is. So then I write the solution in. Okay, then we're going to do one more, and I'm going to leave the rest of those to you. Number 6. 8 is greater than or equal to x minus 3. So again, this is a scenario now where the x is on the right side of the inequality. So when we finish it, we'll write it a couple different ways here, okay? So let's go ahead and balance beam and add 3 and add 3. X, here's our sign, and there's 11. Now, another way to write this would be x is less than or equal to 11. So either one of these is fine. They really are. They mean the exact same thing. You just had to switch the sign when you wrote the x first, or the variable first. So x is less than or equal to 11. Okay, so I'm going to have you guys do this on your own, okay? And I'm going to pause the video. Okay, guys, I finished up my work here. I boxed everything off. Here's number 12. Just finished that. Again, sometimes I wrote both. Sometimes I just flipped the sign there. But you can kind of take a peek here in what we had here. And again, this could be 3.5 or 3.5. X is greater than 24. X is less than 7. 7 is less than X, or X is greater than 7. And down the line, and you can check it. Okay? All right, a couple more here. All right. Kevin was asked to place a check mark next to any inequality where x equaled 5. And all right, and it says, is a true statement. Check over his work and correct any mistakes. So which one is where x is equals 5? Well, it looks definitely like this one is going to be 5, because when I divide both sides by 5, I get 5, okay? Here I'm going to add 11 to both sides. I'm going to end up, or excuse me, add 3 to both sides and end up with 11, so that doesn't work. And then here, let's see if this is one that will work here. So the inverse of multiplication is division, all right? So 30 divided by 6 is 5, and the solution does work, okay? So, all right, so the ones that are correct is 1 and 3. This one is not. Last one. Each of the students below made a statement about the inequality. 72 is greater than 8x. Which student made a true statement? You can rewrite the problem as 8x is greater than 72. So can you flip this? Look at this. So you're looking at it. The inequality is pointing at 8x, and this is pointing away. So no, this doesn't work. How about this one? All right, the solution to this is 9. Can x be 9? Well, 8 times 9 is 72. 72 is equal to 72. And you notice that's just a greater than sign. So Dawn isn't correct. Have to have the greater. How about Josie? 5 is part of the solution. Well, 8 times 5 is 40. 72 is greater than 40. So yes, this is the one. Okay, so if we're looking at for this for homework, we're going to flip the page. I'm going to ask that you do numbers 1 to 6. Pretty simple here, straightforward. If you have any questions, refer back to the lesson. Have a good day.